cells and their structure. The basic living unit of the body is the cell. To understand the function of organs and other structures of the body, it is essential to know about the basic organization of the cell and the functions of its component parts. Each organ of our body is an aggregate of many different cells held together by intercellular supporting structures. Each type of cell is meant for performing one particular function. The entire body contains about 100 trillion cells. Among these, there are 25 trillion red blood cells which transport oxygen from the lungs to the tissues. Generally, all the cells have the ability to reproduce new cells whenever the cells of a particular types are destroyed until the appropriate number is replenished. Further, in all cells, oxygen combines with carbohydrate, fat, or protein to release the energy required for cell function. Now you can see the structure of the cell. The figure you can see the structure of the cell. Each cell consists of a centrally located nucleus, that is central core, surrounded by the cytoplasm, that is the cell body. The nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a nuclear membrane, and the cytoplasm is separated from the surrounding fluids by a cell membrane. The different substances that make up the cell are collectively called protoplasm, which is mainly composed of water, electrolytes, proteins, lipids, and carbohydrates. Water is the principal fluid medium of the cell, and its concentration is in between 70 and 85 percentage. Water serves as a solvent for various chemicals to produce chemical reactions. The electrolytes present in the cell are potassium, magnesium, phosphate, sulfate, bicarbonate, and small quantities of sodium, calcium, and chloride. The electrolytes provide inorganic chemicals for cellular reactions. Electrolytes at the cell membrane allow transmission of electrochemical impulses in nerve and muscle fibers, and the intracellular electrolytes determine the activity of different enzymatically catalyzed reactions that are necessary for cellular metabolism. The next is proteins. Proteins, which constitute 10 to 20% of the cell mass, are divided into structural proteins and globular proteins. Globular proteins is enzymes. The structural proteins are in the form of long, thin filaments, which are composed of polymers of many protein molecules. These are used to provide the contractile mechanism of all muscles. The globular proteins are in globular form. They are mainly the enzymes which catalyze the chemical reactions which provide energy for cellular function. Next is lipids. Lipids are composed of different types of substances. They are soluble in fat solvents and insoluble in water. Important lipids are phospholipids and cholesterol, which are used to form membranous barriers that separate the different intercellular compartments. Okay, then next one is carbohydrate. Carbohydrates play a major role in the nutrition of the cell. They are usually stored in the cells in the form of glycogen, which are used to supply the cell's energy needs rapidly, and are present in the extracellular fluid in the form of glucose. The cell also contains highly organized physical structures called organelles, consisting of cells' chemical constituents. The cytoplasm is filled with cystole, in which the minute and large particles and organelles are dispersed. Next one is ribosomes. Ribosomes are minute granular particles in the cytosol and are composed of a mixture of ribonucleic acid or RNA and proteins, and they function in the synthesis of protein in the cell. Next one is lysosomes. Lysosomes are vesicular organelles and provide an intracellular digestive system that allows the cell to digest and thereby remove unwanted substances and damaged or foreign structures such as bacteria. Next one is mitochondria. Mitochondria organelles are called powerhouses of the cell. The cells extract a significant amount of energy from the nutrients and oxygen by means of the mitochondria. The mitochondria contain DNA, that is deoxyribonucleic acid, similar to that of found in the nucleus. DNA is the basic substance of the nucleus that controls replication of the cell. That's why the nucleus is called as control center of the cell. The nucleus contains large quantities of DNA, which are called genes. The genes first reproduce themselves, and after this, the cell splits by a special process called mitosis to form two daughter cells. The nucleus is surrounded by nuclear inner and outer membranes. Inside the nucleus, there is a structure called nucleolus, which contains a large amount of RNA and proteins of the type found in ribosomes. The cell size is determined almost entirely by the amount of functioning DNA in the nucleus. The size of the cells is in the range 5 to 10 micrometer. When there is enormous quantities of DNA, then normally the cell size is larger. The DNA grows more due to the increased production of RNA and cell protein.